Hello from the people of the internet. I am Hyper Super Sora, and today I want to talk about Spider-Man movies. Starting with Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 1, I believe. Alright, let's get into it. We all know the story. Nerdy kid gets bitten by radioactive spider, gets superpowers because of it. This is the movie, along with X-Men and Blade, that kind of kick-started the comic book movie boom. So yeah, wouldn't have your precious MCU if it wasn't for Spider-Man 1. Yeah, he gets powers, tries to get some money, and through his inactions, his Uncle Ben gets killed. Thus Peter, played by Tobey Maguire in this, decides to be a superhero and fight crime. But unbeknownst to him, a new supervillain has arose. The Green Goblin, who is his best friend, Harry Osborn's father, Norman Osborn, played by Willem Dafoe. So can Peter manage a life as a superhero and as a normal kid? Help his Aunt May with their struggling financial problems? Take down this new supervillain while also staying friends with Harry and also getting the girl which I don't like? No, he cannot. Work-life balance doesn't work for him. Norman's dead, so that kind of shoves a wedge in between Harry and Peter. MJ sucks. And, well, Aunt May, she's doing fine. For now. Alright. This movie is good, but I'm going to talk about some things I don't like about it. Let's get this one out of the way. Mary Jane Watson. I don't remember the actor's name. It'll be put here, I think. But I don't like her in this movie. Because my little psychologist brain went, wait a minute. She's like a serial dater. Because of her abusive home life with her sick mother and her abusive father, she constantly seeks out external sources of validation. Harry, Peter, whatever other guy of the week it is, all just needed for her to get validation. And once I saw that, I immediately started rooting for them not to get together. Because I think Peter deserves better. And I'll talk more about this in the sequel. Spider-Man 2 is the best one. But in this one, her acting's okay, it's passable. Well, but once I saw that back, then I couldn't unsee it, and I'm just like, man, I really don't want to see you in this. Because another thing I don't like is Tobey Maguire. Put down your pitchforks and torches. I don't like Tobey Maguire in this movie. He's not comfortable with the role yet. He's a little stilted, and the scenes where he is the worst are the scenes with MJ. He does get better throughout the series, but in this first one, it could kind of come off as very stilted. He's not comfortable in his own skin, if it makes sense. Another thing I don't like is how they overplayed how the world just hates Peter. Yeah, Peter's always the guy that's down on his luck. It always seems like the world's out to get against him. But in this, again, much improved in sequels, it just feels like over malicious. Yes, it feels overdone to the point where it throws me out of the experience, and I'm just like, there's no way that would happen. People are actively messing with Peter. Yeah, some do, like Flash Thompson. Or Eddie Brock later on. But in this, it's just like everybody. Normally, people unintentionally screw with Peter, and that screws him over some way. But in this, it seems like everybody's screwing with him all the time. Everybody hates Peter. How many puppies did he fucking kick to deserve that? None. So it's overplayed and it's overdone, and it throws me out of the experience. Another thing I don't like are the suits. Now, I noticed this for the Spider-Man suit, having like the eyes shift and move with the later Tom Holland ones, and does help convey some level of emotion, and your body language helps out too. And, well, Tobey Maguire is trying to act, or the stunt actor who's in the suit is trying to act, but your entire face is being covered up. I can't do much emoting with my hands and my face like this. And the Goblin suit. 1, put some fucking purple on it. 2, get rid of that stupid mask that covers up Willem Dafoe's face. Willem Dafoe is an amazing actor, and I'm going to get into the good things I like about this movie. Starting with Norman Osborn's plot with Willem Dafoe. That plot actually feels like Willem Dafoe is Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, blah blah blah, all interchangeable. The world is actively going against him in all the, well, sucks to be you kind of manner, and he wants to actually take a stand against it. To the point where he's doing human testing on himself, causing him to get the Goblin personality. Now, the reason this kickstarted is because people actually cared about people's lives. So that was an interesting twist. Usually it's the other way around, where the heroes, those, again, care about people. Well, of course the heroes care about it. Where science does not care about people, and that causes a monster. Well, I guess that happened to Norman. Gets the Goblin personality, gets all this tech, kills his top competitor, kills people that would knock him out of the company. And his son, Harry, has a love triangle between MJ, Peter, and Harry. Honestly, I'm just rooting for Harry and Peter. So, and through a series of events, because Peter's not very good at keeping a secret identity in this, he figures out that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So, whenever Norman Osborn has a problem, the Green Goblin gets rid of it. And my favorite scene in this movie is Willem Dafoe wrestling with himself, or the Goblin. And Norman wrestling with the Goblin personality. Him in the mirror, him acting off of himself. Hell, if you know the scene, the heart, Norman, we start with the heart. Not a lot of actors can pull off the acting off of themselves, and Willem Dafoe does it, and it's amazing. Another thing I like, the practical effects in this movie are good. I'm a practicals purist, give me practical effect, fuck that CGI, and your movie will instantly look good, in my opinion. Another thing, Aunt May, Uncle Ben, perfect. I will complain to no ends about Aunt May from the MCU. When we get this Aunt May in these movies, I forget the actor's name, and we have her, and she's brilliant. I'll talk more about it in the second movie with my favorite scene in that. But Aunt May and Uncle Ben are just perfect. They are loving individuals. What makes it feel weird is when Peter snaps at Uncle Ben at one point, and I'm going, that feels out of character. But again, Aunt May, Uncle Ben, perfect human beings. They're like the Kents, but from Marvel. I love them. Anything else I can really say that I haven't brought up? I don't like MJ, and I don't love the love triangle stuff with them. I love Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin. And, oh yeah, let's get to the climax. Spoiler. This is in fact your spoiler warning. The final fight between Goblin and Spider-Man is brutal. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is probably the one that gets the shit kicked out of him the most. But he keeps getting back up. And Goblin tries to pull out a trick where he's Norman again. And try to convince Peter here to help him. You've been a son to me, let me be a father to you. And he retorts with, I had a father, his name was Ben Parker. Would have worked a little better if there was scenes with Norman trying to undermine Ben's parenting, or them having some conflict or beef with each other. Or for that to touch a nerve. But Norman kills himself on his own glider. And his dying words is not to tell Harry. And at the end, Peter doesn't get the girl. He just walks off with the weight and responsibility, because with great power comes great responsibility, of being Spider-Man. There's also J.K. Simmons. He's brilliant. You know why he's brilliant. Brilliant. He's just amazing. But is there anything else I can really say? That's where it all started. Will it end here again? Probably. What do you guys think of Spider-Man 1? I thoroughly enjoyed it, even though I thought it could have been better in areas. What do you guys think about it? Leave your comments in the comment section down below. Leave a like on the video if you liked it, and subscribe to see more. You know what? I'm going to call this the Spider-manathon. And hit that little notification bell to see when I upload all the time. Till next time, I'm Hyper Super Sora. Sayonara.